Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be focusing on character lore again. However, I'm focusing on the entity ARC-004, which is the cursed doll in the game The Classrooms. So if my content interests you, stick around as we're going to dive into what exactly is the cursed doll.
I shall deliver your punishment.
Suckers, you think you can break me like that? With an animal carcass?
Is that you, sweet pea?
You should have burned down this bounty, Talos.
I'll see you soon.
Starting off with the physical appearance of ARC-004, its name is the Cursed Doll. It's also called the Murder Baby as well, but the official name is the Cursed Doll. It's bald-headed, it's a doll. It wears a antique light blue dress with dark blue stripes on it. And when you come across the army of dolls, which I will touch base about those later in the video, but those dolls all come in different dresses. Diving into the behaviors for ARC-004, when you are looking at the cursed doll, it does not move. However, when you look away from the cursed doll, it does move at an average speed. If you are a long enough distance from it and you are blinking, you are perfectly fine. However, if you are near it, or let's say that there's an item that you need to pick up that is near the cursed doll, unfortunately that will lead to an immediate death. The closer that you are to the cursed doll, the more distorted the VHS effects will get that pops up in the game. Now, that's not the only way that this cursed doll can follow you. If you are in the dark rooms, unfortunately there is no light. Therefore, you cannot see the cursed doll unless you have a flashlight or you turn on some lights and you see it. I believe I actually have gameplay up on my channel where I had the cursed doll within the dark rooms, and it just basically follows you around because there is no light in the dark rooms. Therefore, you're not making direct eye contact with the doll to keep it still. You'll know the cursed doll is near because typically you'll hear some laughing or giggling.
This should open the janitor's closet.
There's a few things that you can do to avoid having the cursed doll in your vicinity. First one that you can do is you can have it follow you into a room and then you just lock it in the room, because the cursed doll cannot open doors. So luring it into a confined space, you'll be perfectly fine because now the door is closed and it can't open doors. It's not a Chucky doll. Another thing that you can do, it can be moved or fall backwards if you throw a movable object at it. So I think in the game you can pick up a few things like a chair, take the chair and throw it at it and it will just knock it over. It's not going to stop it from chasing you, but I mean, it's a start. Throughout the game you find ARC documents on all the different entities within the classrooms, and with this one, this is a level 3 clearance one. It says that it focuses on disabling its target's sight to see, which is understandable because the whole purpose of the doll is to get you when you're not looking. But if you are looking at it, it can't do anything. Therefore, its ultimate goal is to gouge out your eyes, and that's actually the kill animation. Within the documentation, some things are expunged, other things is just completely redacted. For example, in the second paragraph of it, it focuses on mention properties. Item 004 also has the ability to set, but we don't know what the remainder of that is. So my guess is two things: that it can set things on fire and that it can multiply. And the reason why I say that is because there's actually two variations of this entity within the classrooms, which I had no idea about, but I don't do the customized level, so like how would I? But there is an ARC-004B, Army of Dolls, and there's also an ARC-004C, which is a Hell Doll, and I'm going to cover those two right now. So for the first one, the ARC-004B, the Army of Dolls, it is what you think it is just an army of dolls with different dresses, and they all have the exact same functions as ARC-004. When you're looking at it, they don't move. When you are not looking at it, they do move. Now, this may be questionable whether or not this is actually something related to what is redacted in the documentation, because the army of dolls only appears in the custom mode and it doesn't appear in the ARC document. However, it's redacted. I mean, that would be an interesting twist that the cursed doll has the ability to multiply. I mean, it's an interesting concept to me, because that's another way for the doll to ensure to get its victim, because if you only have one doll and you just keep looking at the doll, of course that doll is going to get frustrated. So the best solution for the doll is to self-multiply itself in different areas, therefore catching you off guard at some point. Now, focusing on ARC-004C, which is the Hell doll, it's only one doll. It's not an army of dolls. It's only the one doll. It's engulfed in flames, and this allows people to see it very easily, and it behaves the exact same way as ARC-004. When somebody is looking at it, it does not move. When you are not looking at it, it doesn't move. However, it does move in pitch black areas. Even though it's engulfed in flames, it still moves whenever it's pitch black. I did mention that the cursed doll, it does have an average speed. However, the Hell doll has a little bit more speed. It's a little bit faster than just a regular cursed doll. They state that it behaves more like SCP-173, and its fire effect is noticeable when it's teleporting. If you wish to escape from the Hell doll, the only options you have is jumping while running and looking back at the entity while you're in the air to make sure that it's not following you and it's not too close to you. However, that may not be the best solution, because if you look away for too long, of course the Hell doll is going to run up on you and gouge out your eyes. So for best practice, I would recommend, if you come across any of these dolls within the classrooms, the best solution is to keep an eye on the entity, whether that means you have to walk backwards the entire time and slowly retreat from them. And that is all that I have for today's video. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching my content. If you enjoyed my content, give me a huge thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, comment down below if you've played this game and which entity is your favorite. My favorite is ARC-061, because I feel like that's the most mysterious one, and you don't know if that is a friend or a foe that is trying to help you navigate throughout the craziness, which is the classrooms. Again, thank you so much for watching my video, and I'll catch you next time.
This is a little extra.